Hello there, welcome to my second match, season 68, and against xyrix. Here's the kingdom, this is the kingdom. What do we got? Guess Hunter can activate Trail. Sanctuary. Mole can activate Trail. Pretty good. Tide Pools could activate Trail. You could play with like Tide Pools. Yeah, I mean you have to have trails in your opening hand, but if you do your Tide Pools to activate a trail to do away of the mole, then you could potentially come out on top there. Because discarding things are your way of getting payload or getting plus action here. So hopefully this doesn't just hit 4. Yeah, that seems a little problematic. You're tied because now they're gonna Tide Pools into the shuffle with the witch. I did fortunate, yeah. So they get the double 5. Is brutal. I may still miss 5, yeah. Okay. Well, this is just gonna get completely out of hand in ways that are not gonna be tenable for me to win this game already, which is unfortunate. But unless xyrix really messes up in some way, it's probably close to over. Because this is also garbage. Like, I have to mold this guy, and then this will probably I hit 5 at least, but guess I take the wedge. This is all this money, which is not the angle you want on this. Still get nowhere, so the hands are just not working. This is not really going to be competitive in any way. I don't get the third sanctuary. I'm not going to lie. That doesn't make any sense to me, but I mean, maybe with cursing, I guess, but they're fine. It's not a big deal. I'm surprised at that hand. I imagine you could maybe do a little better. But Fire Merchant Guild, which I like. They're gonna end up very slightly over thinned before they can add in. I don't have any action here to use mole. apparently I drew a sanctuary. That was great. You need like a second. Oh, that's weird. I would have thought I would have added the second merchant guild for sure there. But whatever. Isn't really like I said, it's been untenable basically since the first reshuffle. It was just that bad for me. So we'll probably resign soon. I think like clearly you should add a second merchant guild. And you can buy the coppers, which is cute. You can buy some copper. I mean, you don't have to go, you know, buy 4, but you could buy a couple. 3 is fine. I don't, like, I can mold this, but I don't actually think I even have anything. There might be a tide pools. I really have kind of lost the thread of the deck at this point. But it's not like a mole is going to get me to a better turn. Maybe cycle a bit, but it's kind of out of luck there. It didn't draw trails in the opening hand, so that's nice. It can do the nested trail stuff, which is always cute. Or village, you know, the classic mole village green stuff, where you end up with, you know, like +6 after a discard that does nothing. That's always fun. I could do that here, which I probably should. I guess it's not +6. There's like some way where you can do it. I forget how it works. But anyway. Oh no, I do get it, kind of. Yeah, because it's the first one that's still coming down the line. Just please let me find something. Thank you. We didn't find, there's a sanctuary still down in here. And the witch. That wasn't too friendly. I mean, we were going to eat 6-4 anyway. But of course, it would have been nice to play these 2 cards. Not that I was a good shot of doing that. I also don't have a, we didn't get a trail. I don't know how many cards were left when I shuffled. I didn't react to either of the trails, which was probably incorrect. I'm a little disconnected here. I think not unfairly necessarily. I mean, xyrix has not scaled up particularly quickly. To be honest, I actually have to mull this, even though now I lose the witch split 7-3, but I actually have to do it. We could just double mull again, probably is better. I mean, this playing these silvers isn't super important. Obviously, we'd still see a lot of cards. Anyway, but how bad is this hunter activation? It's not like, it's pretty bad, isn't it? Well, whatever. We could roll a little bit, I suppose. That'll give us a little more what will it give us more of? why am I doing this? We don't need to do this. At least I have a second player. I would have lost that game as first player with the reshuffle I had. So I can't tell if this is, I guess it's right. I always host, so I don't ever really know what it looks like on the other side when they've set the player order and stuff. Okay, this is this kingdom. I would go. I mean, you'd rather have Necro with one of the other shelters than this particular hand, but it's still okay-ish. You gotta try and hit a wharf. Crashing Copper isn't actually that friendly towards that goal, but probably still worth doing. I think it's double silver. The only other option is the money lender, I think. But I think it's double silver and just hope. I mean, if you're trashing a shelter, you can do it a little more loosely. I guess you could Night Watchman. I just hate Night Watchman so much that, you know. Xyrix got pretty much the same, not the same order, but essentially the same hand. I hit no shelters twice, though. Whereas at least Xyrix didn't get to, I guess that wasn't possible. But probably, well, yeah, if you draw another silver, it was. May have a 4-5, which is going to be a little better than my hand. Because I still haven't trashed a shelter. Well, okay, I mean, if you don't buy 4, then I guess it's not really any different. I would have at least thought about going ahead and taking a 4. But it's not. What that wasn't crazy either. Okay, we're not drawing ideally, but it's not awful. How do you... guess you just try to do the wharf. You may have some things drawn dead here, but it's more important to just play the wharf and then buy the fort. I mean, you could buy fortress where I bought wharf here, but I think this turn trying to get a wharf play is more important. Obviously, in the upside where you hit the necro into it is super nice. Given that we already have a necro in the next hand, I'm going to go ahead and add another wharf here. Wait, that's too many. Then it's 3. Yeah, that's too much. Let's go fortress, forager. I'm not totally sure. This could get punished too by not taking wharf. It does. Okay, cool. Love that for me. What did I buy? I did buy. You have it here at least. We're going to double Fort Wharf the next turn. Whether that's going to be sort of too late in some sense, I don't know. We could think about just super trashing here, which would involve killing the silver. Then we could get up to 5 still. I mean, I don't have to. I think killing the silver second still hits 5. It's like 5 or 6. The question is whether we want. We're gonna have 3 wharves in the next shuffle. It's like whether we want to put in Soothsayer now. Gold is just decent money here via the wharf and plus buy and all that. The so like Weaver is okay too. All right, let's see what we do. The 9 is huge. Wharf Fortress on a double wharf. Probably a little behind here. I'm thinner, I guess, but not by a huge amount. Weaver is a little greedy, I think, on this reshuffle, but of course we don't find like these bottom decks are insane. Still no OE play. I don't find Forager, so I don't have enough money to buy Wharf, which I would really like to do here. This stupid. I mean, 1 Wharf play this turn is not like the end of the world, but it is infuriating. This is also just not the turn I want to buy Wharf, but I have to take one because I have to get 4 of them. So I'm buying a Wharf that then I'm just not playing the next turn because otherwise the Wharves are just gone and it's 7-3. This is some kind of experience. So we're going to have quite a bit of money. But like double Wharf isn't all that appealing. So I think we just stop at 4 and xyrix gets 6 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Could be 14. Could be less than that. Could be a lot less than that. I mean, if we take... I guess I'm questioning whether this is like Wharf. Two, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 13. Wharf Fortress Forager. We don't really need double Fortress. I don't really care about pumping the Foragers particularly. I just did it that one turn where it made sense. Though if they're silvers, you know, it's not an unreasonable get. You have, I guess I have the gold, so I have threat to control when they go to 3 if that's advantageous to me in some way. But I can trash this and still buy those things. The plus buy threat is pretty nice too, to be fair. Because the curses are probably going to run. I mean, we're not even seeing so many cards here that I can buy hirelings. We're not even seeing so many cards here that we're like guaranteed to find a wharf. And if that misses, I'll just actually lose my mind. So we're not gonna be able to play this goal. I mean, we could. If we decide to buy hireling, it's a little less. Offset wars is not, of the things that you could have that are a little bit sad, they're not the worst. I wouldn't say. They're not the best, but it's not the worst either. Because you still have like plenty of terminals for the other turn. I don't know how much conquesting we can do with our deck size. Don't love the hireling here, but there's something to be said for it. How much money can they make if I go fortress, forager? They have a weaver also. This is worth thinking about. Maybe don't want the hireling because I just don't think the game's going to last that long. That's worth worrying about, I guess. We could go forager, fortress, province. I don't know how big of a conquest I guess one thing is that once you do the conquest stuff, it probably dries up a little bit. So you weaver one time and you're kind of happy, but it may not be long lasting. Okay. I'm not sure I really have the draw for this, but I'm going to see 6 cards, and I have 3 or 4 fortresses and the other wharf, so it's not... There's technically still a little overdraw. If I win this, it's just going to be on the back of first turn. Yeah, so like you're looking at a conquest or a couple conquests, but it's not that many points. Money's still pretty low. The buys are big. We're not quite to like, oh, we can empty the ruined markets. Not the ruined markets, but the ruins. Okay. How many wharfs do they play there? Just 2. No, 4. They play 4 wars. Okay. Alright, so we can draw everything. Yeah, we still had a couple of cards overdraw. So we need to count. Unfortunately, the forager gold trash nets $1 because we have 4 foragers. So there's not, yeah. So we could get 12, 18, 20. 24 would actually be a lot nicer. You could feel like you could just cram down the provinces if you could triple. Maybe you could just run those. Anyways, 23 with 9 buys. That's also a lot of money, though. We're at 12.21 to do the... This is close on some fronts. Nine buys, 6-3. Ow. We'd need a province. Well, that would still be losing points-wise anyway. So 12.21 to empty the action cards. If we don't do, what is it? We get 22 if we don't do the gold trash. It's not that much different. So if we don't want to potentially give xyrix a little extra cash, it's probably not worth it unless the 23 gives us a pile out or something. The conquest is nice for xyrix just because it's essentially going to be like a $6 4-point thing. This is fine to do anyway. I mean, it's the same either way. 9 buy. We're just, I think we have like a losing tie. No, we don't have that much money. We can double province. It's just our next turn will not kick off. The advantage of losing the gold is, you know, we don't have to draw the gold. That's kind of nice. We get more money, but we're not drawing it. We have more money this turn. I just don't want to say that there's like something we're missing. Is there like a Weaver Night Watchman trick? That would be wild. You can't like, well, no, you can kind of do that. You buy 5 Weavers and buy a Night Watchman, and you can Weaver, do another Night Watchman. Well, Weaver doesn't go to your hand, so that wouldn't work. No, but Night Watchman does. Yeah. So you could do 4 more Weavers. Do a Night Watchman. You empty the Foragers. And an estate. Maybe you don't need to do 4. If you do 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, that empties those. So that leaves you 16. That would be 16, 19. That would leave you with $4 to buy something else. How many estates can you get as you do the pile out? You do 4. You buy 5 Weavers, then you gain 4 Weavers, and you gain another Night Watchman. And then those 4 Weavers have to empty the Foragers or something. And then you get an estate. But that's not when. Man, that would have been cool if there was something there that worked. Maybe there is. I'm just worried that I'm missing something on that front. I wish Tomb had been on this board. Then I would be in a better spot. Cause you can't play the forager. It's not gonna be enough to like get through the ruined markets. And this sucks. I wonder if the turn before when I did this, I wonder if there was something then. I guess you could buy them and Night Watchman them and get silvers if you could do a conquest, but like that's not gonna be. You'd have to save 6, so you'd subtract 6 from this 7. So you could do 3 weavers and do that. So you'd get 8 points or whatever. Not really. It's not really better. I wonder if I'd do a conquest just to try and keep up with buying provinces, assuming my turns get kind of cruddy. This is at least a very good opening hand. If I had bought, I was 2 cards overdrawn. If there's if this turn I had bought Weaver instead of Fortress, there may have been a line. Because it would have freed up a little cash. Because I think I overdrew by 2. So I think I could have done it and still like drawn the gold Soothsayer. Xyrix has the deck in hand, of course. I'm gonna assume that Xyrix, especially because this is also gonna make I didn't use the extra buck from Forager. This only cost 22. This is gonna make my gold trashing decision look especially foolish. Because it may, probably Xyrix will have a win in any case, but does have to score 12 points while doing. I'm gonna say there's Weaver trickery that will work for Xyrix here, but I could be wrong. And it may not be that Xyrix wins this turn but can score a lot. And I just have a much nastier deck. Maybe it's just going for your pure old-fashioned cash money, get some good things. I'm not really going to have the angle to do the pile out anymore. Because I'm just not going to see deck. I don't think I missed a winning line on my turn. But if I did, that's a bummer. I don't know how much of this is these have got to be largely silvers, but they're not all silvers. One's a forager, right? This may be all the fortresses Xyrix has, so Xyrix may be trashing copper to get money. Well, there are no coppers. Trash necro, yeah. He's just big conquest. I think is fair. And it also isn't necessarily putting you, you know, fully out of range to win either. This was a lot of the fortresses and not as many of the wharfs as we're looking for here. We made just fully, this is like one fortress and 2 wars. So this doesn't even have a shot of like shuffling and doing anything. I could Night Watchman, but I wonder what this looks like if I don't up these guys. These are all, it's like $3 less, probably. I mean, not probably, just it is. So $3 less gives you one, I think one fewer conquest, which I wouldn't be mad about that having happened. Whatever, this is pointless. Like, what are my outs? The point gap I can only buy provinces to make up gaps. I couldn't triple conquest anyway, so it's just nothing. There's no world. I'd have to, we need to go back and check that line with Weaver. Obviously, I'm not guaranteed to draw. It would have been like exact draw, so it's not guaranteed to pan out. But it was the turn where I was going to have the 3 wars. This looks slightly miserable. Largely miserable. Doesn't look great. Another conquest board. I don't think conquest is so important here. But I'm not going to open Shepherd. That's fine. Maybe you do tunnel anyway. The silver is, what is the silver for, Jeff? It's a good question. You really hate to see this. I mean, you just absolutely hate to see it. This is just my Dominion life these days, I think. Yeah, oh nope, you wouldn't find the dungeon either anytime soon. That would be just a shame to draw a card before your reshuffle turn. Would hate to see that happen. Truly one of the games of Dominion. All right, I'm going to click the kingdom. I didn't do that. Okay, there, that's done. I'm going to put the score. I'm always really, it's a mystery to me. Somehow I'm always really bad at inputting the score when I'm losing it, and pretty consistent whenever I'm winning. I don't think it means anything. We can't read anything into that. Dungeon. Dungeon. I thought about playing the xyrix line where you just do berserker and pass on bridge troll. It's probably a little better. The thing was, when I hit 5, I didn't have action card in play, so there was less value in that respect, but still probably should have been what I did. I don't know if you actually managed to get make the Horn of Plenty stuff work. It's hard to have the uniques for it. It's fine. This was horrible draw, but my deck's just bad, so I don't know how to get. I mean, I missed the Sentinel bottom deck, so then the estate trashing didn't occur. I've only played the Sentinel one time. Did I just opt not to play it on turn 5? That was probably stupid. This I played too quickly. Bridge Troll was a failure of my brain. But this is completely unworkable as far as this trashing I guess it's not that insane. How are there 7 coppers in? Oh right, Sentinel can trash. No, it only trashes 2. Up to, so I guess one of the times. Yeah, okay. It's all clear. So you just like gain a more dungeons. That's interesting. That is to me an insane quantity of dungeons. But what do I know? Just gonna keep buying estates. I guess I wouldn't have added 2. I don't mind playing with 2 a turn, I guess, but I would have probably added like another shepherd or an estate maybe. Because like this shouldn't be this bad. This is rough though. I don't know why I tossed the pasture versus the... But this I mean, this is all that could ever happen here anyway. I should have played I actually saw this deck in my mind, the Berserker one, and then I'm like, oh, I'll just buy Bridge Troll. Saw how that worked out. Well, we're gonna need to win the rest to split. This is like my last season. How it started. So, really awfully. Here's a question. Is Sir Bailey worth opening? I mean, if Josephine's underneath, then surely the answer is yes. Vander is pretty okay to have under there. I don't know that the workshop is worth it. I didn't want to hit 3 again though. Can tell you that much. I wonder if it will hit ever. The workshop seems quite bad to me, but so does the native village, and I bought one. There we go. This is gonna set aside Baker. I really think the 5s are like, I don't know how you take Horn. Surely that doesn't do anything much. Maybe it does. Trying for a Horn mega turn. It's possible. They don't have anything on the mat right now, though. What happens if I kill him? Kill one. Playing Baker big money. My real thought was, would have loved to hit. I would have loved to hit a Horn at some point with old Bailey. My money density is just not what I imagined it to be. I'll tell you that much. Picks up. That's weird. Bit weird anyway. What do I have here? We're gonna want to pick up this at some point just because it's not that good. I was surprised at the mat pick up there. That's gotta work against your win condition. What is Orchard? I don't even know. I don't think I saw Orchard until now. I was just looking at Museum. You can get quite a few piles of those. How many bakers do they have? How many do you have to have? 3? They have 3 bakers. They could get 3 of those. They get 3 of quite a few things. Three native village plays, that's not good. I don't approve. Your dream is that they set aside the native villages on the native village, but I don't think that's happened, so. I don't. Probably gonna just reach a point where we're checkmated without too much difficulty, given that the size of the deck is just 15, well, 20-ish, I guess. Still, of course, would have loved to hit Horn, I guess, but. Good sets asides. I doubt if any gain here actually helps you. To be honest. I'm going to say that that probably works against you to get a workshop there. But it may not work against you enough for it to matter. This may be, 4 may be the xyrix pulls the trigger and gets there. I guess they don't have a market. What do they have for the uniques? The Crucible's dead too, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I guess 8 copper gets them there. I really don't believe the workshops are helpful. Truly. Well, this is a lot of tokens. It's like all our bakers. I guess this is mostly like silvers. We're using a good number here, but I guess if I counted right, I think the copper is fine. You get 18, 20 just from that alone. Then you only need a couple duchies, I guess. I count sacrifice. You just need a couple duchies. 1 duchy even, maybe, if you're picking up a third. No, I already have the 3 workshops. There's an innkeeper in the trash ride, so 1 innkeeper gain is 4 points. So I'm sure this will be it. I could hit resign, but xyrix will mess up somehow. There's no way just like the big innkeeper discard doesn't suffice for whatever it is you're trying to do. This was lazy board reading by me again. I deserve to lose this one. I felt like I was bottom decking stuff, but still, if I'm like a couple turn, I mean, if I'm 2 provinces faster, that's a big difference. But I don't know that I was. Surely, whatever I did didn't swing hard enough one way or the other for that to be a thing. What? Dude, no. I don't. You didn't keep 8, so you don't get to do it. Oh my gosh. What is the fishmonger is not going to end up being all that useful here, but I guess I could double scrounge. This is going to be just the auto pile out. But you just can't stop buying the good cards, even though you're just going to, whether you'll be ahead when the pile out, probably not, whether I'll be ahead when the pile out comes. Can't stop buying Wharf Town. Yeah, xyrix gets a million whatevers, everything here. It's probably not like, it may be even a win. No, it's not a win. 2 inventors is just not gonna, unless he's really, really greedy. That's actually crazy, because I don't know that I have 9 buys, but I mean, I definitely don't have 9 buys. Buy 2 peddlers. I don't know. You probably just get nothing. I mean, if you have this, you get nothing. I only have 1 wharf down. I do have fishmonger, but I don't. It's just not gonna happen. What if they counted them? the buys. That is. I cannot get the wharfs to draw to save my life. I don't know how this one came out quite as lopsided as it was. My fishmonger buy was probably not correct. Too bad it wasn't nearby peddler, right? Well then it would have been over 4 turns ago, but it would be cute if you could get the whatever's all the way down to. Oh, you can. So now you can scrap provinces. That's kind of fun. Or the fishmongers at 0. That's cute too. Yeah, I was never going to have that line unless I added an inventor. I guess I just cycle it. That kind of sucks, but would have much rather found an estate somewhere and this is okay. I can't hit. I guess I gained 1 by there. Bill is kind of bad here, so you don't really want a lot of them, but obviously take it if you keep a turn going. First gift's nice. This is unfortunately probably just better than what I'm getting so far. They probably finish the magpies. That split's gonna be rough to lose that bad. Depends on how they drop post that, but That split went terribly. I guess I can those were fortunate. This card's another map maker. This is already a slightly scary hand. I'm surprised they've hit 4. I mean, maybe they're not playing them because they know they have 4 already, but... The Villa mapmaker stuff is just like a market, kind of. I mean, it's better than that, but... Can't wait till this does. Okay. We could get Festival. I don't know that it's necessarily all that good, but... Does get us another card towards Fairgrounds. I mean, honestly, Conspirator is probably a little better. You know, I'm not even sure that xyrix didn't have a win on that Horn of Plenty, taking other stuff and just running a duchy thing into other action cards and have the Orchard split. Now, his deck was blown up at that point, but there may have been some things that were close enough to 3 piling. I don't know, though. Maybe the gap, that wouldn't make up the point gap without the provinces. If it wasn't a 3 pile that turn, then there would still have just been the issue of me probably getting the last 2 or 3 provinces over time. One, two, three, four, five, six. Fairgrounds will be that. This is honestly... It would be nice to get a gold. This is about as close to a good chance to have it. I mean, it's not like we want to modify. There are some outs where it's pretty bad. I mean, if I... Like, how many coppers did I have left? It's basically if I draw copper... because otherwise I'm still dead anyway. I was fortunate. Kind of do want the buy. But we could have maybe gotten it other ways. So then this is going to draw the gold or the Blessed Village, I guess. Am I going to leave a pile out if I do this too hard? We do Villa, Mapmaker, C chart. Now xyrix is in that awkward spot where somewhat awkward spot. He probably has to green first. This is assuming that I haven't just left a pile out open. I don't think so, but xyrix can just modify things into, and there's enhance too. So if he has enough cards to, then he'll have to replace that estate some way. So now I'm at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Would be 11 on fairgrounds. Copper and curse, I guess, would be easy enough. I have 4 buys. We both have 4 buys. Anchors Villa already killed 1 Villa. Never mind. Then xyrix has 3 buys. Oh, I'm bad. I'm simply bad. Yeah, you have to green. Well, I only found 2 of them. It could have been really bad for xyrix. And it ends up not really bad. Because I have more of those, and it could have been, you know. I do think I can pile this. I have 4 buys and then 2 modify plays. Oh. Was unfortunate that we didn't hit that, but I don't know how much money I have either, though, to be perfectly honest. I get fairgrounds. I mean, I can save a lot of actions that. I also have gold into province as an angle. I do have the gold and the silver, don't I? What did I have here? Buys map maker, villa, C chart map maker. That was exact. I hate you, C chart. I hate you so much. Oh. So we go one of these into that, one of that. Maybe xyrix checkmated me. I assumed I had enough to do it, but I don't know that that's actually true. I guess if you can overdraw, you can buy a villa. That maybe helps. If the modifies all go into conspirators that we draw, then maybe we have enough money with the 4 buys to do map maker. That would take $18, which is not clear to me. How much money do I have here? There's no copper. I don't know what this last card is. One, two. I have $8. I would need $18 to make that work. This is 11-13. There's a festival fit, so that's enough if we can draw it. because they only scored that much. Okay. Well, xyrix is mad because I denied that undo, which is fair, but I just don't care. Played pretty bad. They were close games. They weren't like, well, some of them were close. They weren't huge splits, but definitely fell behind on, well, the which sanctuary one was just brutal. What did I say I'll check? I'll do that one thing. I check the line with where I take a Weaver. I have to remember what we would have. Wait, xyrix ended with like 9 points or something that turn. Never mind, xyrix already reported it and is mad at me. He put a broken heart in the comments. Means xyrix is done with me forever. Okay, wait, that was this one. Load old game. Internal error. Oh no, I put in the, or maybe I didn't. Yeah, I put in the wrong one. So we can go something. See if this gets us to wherever I bought this one. So unfortunately, okay, so this I guess is what I'm looking at. Whatever the bot's going to do is unfortunately going to be confused. Oh no, okay. Because this website is garbage. You can't even check this. I mean, you have to put in 2 people to check it. But whatever, I'm not going to do it on video. I'll probably do it by myself. But all right, well, thanks for watching. I'll catch you all later.